Good morning, YouTube. My name is Will.
Enzo, little one Lotus.
And today we're going to be talking kind of a different topic. It's about Evos. So if you are new to my channel, if this is the first video that you're finding or one of the first, I do a lot of Evo videos. I have my own Evo.
My Evo 8 RS, what you see here.
And I've owned an Evo 9 and an Evo 10. A lot of my videos focus around helping people pick the right Evo, learning about them, giving some of my opinions and suggestions, but also just giving a lot of black and white facts. One of the things I keep getting asked about is for more videos regarding Evos 1 through 7. In the US, we didn't get the Evo until Evo 8. So there's kind of two reasons why I haven't done a whole lot of videos regarding older Evos. One is a lot of the information I've done in my videos, to be honest, I didn't have to look it up. I bought my first Evo back in 2006, brand new, it was the Evo 9, and I've owned Evos most of that time. There was a gap there for a few years, but for many of those years I've owned Evos. I was in the Evo scene back when they were new in the US. I used to go to a lot of car events, a lot of Evo events, so a lot of my knowledge is firsthand. A lot of these videos was really me just saying what I already knew in my head. Occasionally I would, fact check something, make sure my memory was correct on something. But a lot of it, I didn't have to look it up. It really wasn't that hard. Now, I don't mind to do research for you guys. That's not the issue. And I do plenty of it on different topics regarding the Evo, that, especially when it comes to the Evo 10s. I've done a lot more research because I didn't get my 10 till later. So I usually have to do a lot of fact checking when I do Evo 10 stuff, just to make sure I'm not getting something confused or wrong. That being said, I'm not delusional in thinking that I've never made a mistake. I'm sure I've made tons of mistakes. But the one thing I try to do most is not get the basic facts wrong. And if I'm not 100% certain of something, I will usually tell you guys that. So like in yesterday's video, when I was talking about the active yaw control, I said that I believe it came out in the Evo 4. And get out of the sun here because I think the camera's going to overheat otherwise. So I say believe because I couldn't confirm this. Now, I could spend hours, and I didn't, but I went to two sites, and both sites said Evo 4. So I was like, okay, that's comforting at least. But I don't know. I was like, I just want to, it's not that I didn't believe either of those sites. They just weren't the most reputable sites. I think one was like Wikipedia, for example, but when I was able to confirm it elsewhere, I felt a little bit better. But I decided to do a little bit more searching, and I found a site that, it looked good. They had all the information, generation to generation, and they said it was the Evo 7. I was like, wow, okay, that's not promising then. I've got this site over here telling me Evo 4. I've got another one telling me Evo 7. I don't know personally. We never had these cars, so I was like, all right, well, let me try to find a website in a country that isn't the US. So usually when I'm doing this, I will search UK websites because they're in English. And that way I don't have to worry about Google Translate screwing something up. So I'm searching for an Evo 4 type review. One of the first ones that I click on turns out to be an Evo 6 review. I was like, well, I'm just gonna kind of scan through this article just to see. I think it's either the 4 or the 7, but the 6, if the 6 has it, then I could say, okay, well then 7 wasn't the first, but it doesn't prove that 4 was. As I'm reading this review, it mentions that new to the Evo 6 is active yaw control. So then I'm like, oh my. So now I've got 3 model years that supposedly were the first year to have active yaw control, and I have no way to prove any of them. So this is the issue I run into. There are a lot of YouTube videos regarding Evos. What bothers me is when they start stating facts and production models and such, because oftentimes they get stuff wrong, it gets repeated. But I want to do more Evo videos regarding the older generations. They interest me. I know they interest you guys. I know there's a lot of people around the world that watch Evo videos that have these as options. So I want to get it right. So my first question to you guys is, first, which was it? Was it the Evo 4? Was it the Evo 6? Was it the Evo 7? Was it the Evo 5? I don't know. You guys tell me. Somebody comment below. But I don't want just comments. I want a source is what I want. That's what I really want. And that brings me to topic number 2. I need some good websites, and the wife's getting home. That's why they're all... So if you guys have some good reliable sources, would love some information. Generally speaking, when all else fails, I try to find it on actual Mitsubishi owned websites. They're not perfect either, but they have the least amount of mistakes I've found. I have found mistakes. They've been really tiny ones that are kinda-ish insignificant, but I have actually found mistakes on their websites too. All right, sorry, got a little distracted there with the wife getting home. But there's nothing wrong with forums, but that's not really the greatest information because I don't have a way to verify it. That's just people saying things. What I really want is like press releases. Like if you can find those, if you're good at finding those, that's some of my best sources of information when I can find when Mitsubishi does a press release. Because I think, you know, when they're going to announce something new to the public and make a press release literally about it, that's where they're the most critical as far as their fact checking, make sure they get everything right. So a lot of my videos when I talk about like the special editions and you know, the final edition, all this stuff, the reason that my facts are accurate is because I'm like literally pulling them from Mitsubishi press releases. So I would love to find like some press releases from like the Evos 1 through 7. I know they're going to be in Japanese probably, but maybe not if they're in the UK or anything, and or if somebody's good at translating. Yeah, there's Google Translate, but I don't know. I don't have a way to know if it's right, kind of thing. And you know, I don't know what it's going to come up with. So I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, or you have any of these lying around, or I don't, you know, I'm at the point now where I actually save these documents, so that way if Mitsubishi removes them from their website, I have a copy to reference. So maybe if you're weird like that and you have some of these, or like I said, if you're just, I've gone to Mitsubishi's Japanese website and done Google Translate and I can still just kind of barely make it around with links and stuff, so it's real hard for me to find things. I don't know. If you guys have any good sources that you could send me, I would love that. You can, if it's like a website link, you can DM me on Instagram. If it's, or you can put it in the comments. If you actually have the files, DM me on Instagram. We can figure something out, Dropbox or something, I don't know. But I would love to do some more videos on the Evos 1 through 7, but I'm not gonna do them until I'm not gonna guess on the information. Now I'll give it my opinions on those things. I mean, I haven't driven them, and I've done that a little bit in some videos, you know, giving my opinions on what I can tell from just reading about them, what may be better or worse. But I would love to give you guys like some hard facts, especially as these cars get older. I would love to be able to say like, you know, you should get an Evo 5 over a 4 for this reason and that reason, because this is different and that is different, like I'm able to do with the Evo 8s and 9s and 10s in the US. I would love to be able to do that for you guys with the older Evos. Like I said, comment below if you have any super reliable links or sources. If you're somebody who worked for Mitsubishi or works or something, you know, maybe you are the source. Or I don't, you know, maybe you're somebody like me who was in it real big during those years and you know just because you literally were there. Other things that are helpful is if you have like window stickers or anything like that, or build sheets. Really just anything that's Mitsubishi related. There's still a small chance some of it could be wrong, but the chance is really small at that point. Hope you guys aren't too tired because we're gonna cut the grass now. Appreciate you guys as always. Subscribe to follow along, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
You're one and only.